product that we're introducing is WoodSkin.
Okay, thank you.
Right, I'm Bree O'Brien, I'm the head of the research department at TimberTech. We're a London-based company and we deal with architects and designers and help them bring their designs to life. Our aim is to show the possibilities that what wood can do and sort of take it from being a plain stiff board to make it flexible.
Some brochures.
Thank you.
The product we've got today is WoodSkin. It's a flexible skin that has multiple applications. It can be used both internal and external, depending on the coating placed onto the wood. It's helped bridge to the gap between virtual design and construction, so it brings the CAD designs, so all the different curves and geometries to all the awkward shapes that would bring them to life. And it's not a simple material, it's a way to rethink building systems. It gives specific and effective answers to formal aesthetic and structural needs. We're currently looking into expanding the product and looking at what different forms and shapes could be used to create the pattern. And we're also creating a software add-on for Rhino, so designers themselves could create the forms. Right, I'll pass you over to Jacob to talk about the product more.
My name is Jacob and I'm the founder of TimberTech and the creator of WoodSkin. WoodSkin was developed when I was working on a film in Italy, and I was looking at ways I can morph wood differently. It was an animation film, and that's where WoodSkin was born. And that's where it's now still built, as I was working with local timber manufacturers, and so it's still built there and manufactured there. And I'll talk you through the actual construction of WoodSkin. So, although these are plywood examples, it can also be various other materials and woods and more premium woods. So you've got your two triangles, and then it's stuck to a composite nylon mesh with a polyester resin. So the wood is CNC'd and then compressed, and then you get this very strong skin.
I'm Marwa, product designer. I'm going to talk about some of the qualities and uses for WoodSkin. So two of its main qualities are its strength and that it's quite versatile. It can absorb the structural tension stress and can easily change its shape without being damaged. As you can see, its main feature is its flexibility. Its macrostructure can be bent easily to any desired shape the designer wants, and its shape can be altered by changing the excavation angle. So therefore, it has the potential to be tailored specifically for different types of projects. It's available in modular sheets or rolls, and
Images in there of how it can move, so you can look at the uses.
It can be used in both indoor and outdoor design themes. It can be used in making furniture, movable interactive surfaces, suspended ceilings, or it can be just used as designed as a bridge element between different types of shapes.
As we have mentioned, the really great thing about WoodSkin is, I'm Chandri by the way, I am the Customer Relations and Marketing Advisor, is the flexibility that it provides. Our company motto is showing people what wood can do and really coming alongside the designer in order to be able to bring their creations into a reality, taking a rigid material like timber and adapting it to something new. So if you take a sheet, you realize that it actually does allow for complete flexibility and you can create new shapes. And it's really about completely adapting whatever the client wants. So you can create different shapes. So not only at the moment we're working in triangles, but we can cut it for any shape that the client needs or wants according to their design. So we can use any kind of strong geometric pattern, so whether it's a hexagon or anything with kind of strong edges, so we can develop something and really just bring it out into reality of what the designer wants. So it was built to bring the morphing points that you use in digital programming to life. So physically taking a material and allowing it to be able to form into what you would get in a kind of virtual world, bringing that into reality. So it's really just about exploring something new, bringing out new possibilities that maybe have been overlooked, but it's about coming alongside you guys really, so we can develop something incredible. It's a very aesthetically appealing kind of design, and for that it's high end, but we try and keep the cost down. We have a shipping time of between 6 to 8 weeks because it has to be handmade in Italy. We have a small firm there. I think our shipping company is Livorno, and basically they come over and we'll help you install them. We have specialists that will come and work with you on bringing your designs into Woodskin and how they can work together. But really just let us know how we can help you, and we'll do our best to bring that into reality. Any questions?
Thank you.
There's contact details.
I think it's great. I'm wondering how you make it. Do you just knock out thousands of the triangles and stick them back to back over the nylon?
So yeah, so it's the CNC milled, and then that's how you get the nice chamfer as well, and then yeah, then basically
But
stuck.
it's not done as a sheet and then
No,
chamfered out.
no. So it's you get the pieces and then they are rearranged onto the metal mesh.
Assuming that's quite a sophisticated machine that gets everything lined up just right.
That's why there's a strong component of workers being involved. So
Yeah.
part of it is automated, so it'll be laser cut and CNC down. But then we'll have people in our factory actually physically attaching them, lining it up, making sure everything is to spec. So it
Show the
is
quality.
really about bringing that quality and just making sure that the client is getting what they're asking for.
How strong is the nylon in the middle? If that was bent a few times, would that?
Just trying it.
Yeah, try and rip it. Try and do
Yeah,
your
I'm
best.
trying.
It's,
I'm
it's
trying.
very, it's very strong,
Yes.
which is why
Seems it.
it's very flexible in terms of it could be used as a facade or furniture as well.
Uh-huh.
So we do take pride in how strong it is as well.
Yeah, it looks good.
But how do you fix this? How are you going to fix this to the...
Basically, because it's very almost in the handmade stages, we can overlook the personal needs of the client as well. So if it's a facade, we can design the edge attachments. Again, with furniture, we can work along with the client. But we also do it in the standard 2 by 3 meters sheets, which has the fixings already on.
What sort of fixings?
General, so it comes out like this, and then you've got a space to be able to bolt or screw onto.
It's fixed at the edge, is it?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's fixed at the edge.
Have you got
But
some-
again, we can design to whatever the client needs.
how long have you been producing this?
Since Jacob's initial trip in Italy, where this was birthed and developed later on, becoming stronger, more efficient, it's now been about 6 years. But it's really just about continuing that on, and we're trying to guarantee a real quality. So we're still experimenting, trying to develop it. From all the tests that we've done to it so far, it is coming through very strong. But we're constantly, it's being turned out into new things. We're getting people asking for bolder things to happen with it. 2 months ago, actually, it's coming out in the retail industry. Stores are beginning to refurbish their interiors with this, cladding it onto the walls. And there's a new sports store in Milan that's just opened, and actually they wanted very large panels. So these are all quite small in their geometric structure, but each of their triangles were a meter along the edge. So it was huge protrusions coming out, and that causes new kind of technical difficulties for us to solve and come up with. But we really want to help you guys do whatever you want to accomplish. So we'll work with you in that.
Yeah, at the moment it looks like something you can make bits of sculpture out. It looks like a piece of artwork, right? And an artwork that you can make things as free as it is here, freestanding objects. And then you've got your sheet sizes, but it defeats the purpose of it, the innovative rationale for having this as a bendy product, to have a straight sheet. Because if I wanted a straight sheet of wood, I'd just go and get a straight sheet of wood. And therefore I just wonder how advanced you are on the actual possibilities of what you're actually selling in terms of building facades.
The idea is that
Because most buildings have flat surfaces.
exactly. So maybe that's not an example of where it would be used. Maybe there's a facade which does something interesting, and conventional cladding would not work. Or maybe you want something more interesting to follow the form of the building. And
But also, again, this is quite heavy. If this is the final thickness of it, that's quite, and yet that would only form such a small part of the. Say if it was a curving. I think if you think of the Olympic Stadium, you need all the other factors, insulation, etc., to keep the place dry and warm and heat and everything underneath that, and therefore you need a way of fixing, of jointing things together. And it's the fixings that haven't seemed to be resolved yet.
again, that's what we work alongside with the clients, trying to.
Because
Tackle
each
those.
design is individual to the client, a new fixture has to be developed every time. So it's really about figuring out what they're doing. And I can't remember
Yeah,
if
it's
you
about
mentioned.
the client would actually design the frame for it itself, and then we design the wood to fit onto the frame. So
So-
each fixing is different depending on the what the client's designed for us to fit it to.
So the client designs a structure, and then literally they'll just the Rhino plugin that was mentioned. Did you mention it?
Yeah.
Basically, your design will just be loaded into this plugin, and then it will produce